briefly, please. Okay, so if you have any questions afterwards, we will turn to them. We had an interesting discussion in the topic land grab and large-scale investments. And we kind of logically started with the global program Food Security, which is at the headquarters of SDC, and we saw that the global program Food Security got engaged in supporting the International Land Coalition, which is doing a kind of monitoring of the land acquisitions and the concessions that are going on throughout the world, trying to see what type of contracts are happening between enterprises, governments, and so forth. And then there's also an engagement of this program in this process at the FAO in establishing voluntary guidelines in these kind of contracts and concessions. And there's also the process of establishing voluntary standards with private investors, with the private sector, by establishing an international platform which would promote certain criteria in terms of investments for land acquisitions. And the first discussion that came about was, well, this kind of means that SDC cautions or favors this kind of practices and is in favor of win-win, or this kind of win-win approach that other international donors and international institutions have, which kind of makes it a pro-land grab position. So we had a discussion about that, but maybe coming from a concrete example or a thematic example, dealing with biofuels, at least at the headquarters, we realized that SDC is very much cautious and does not support any kind of biofuel production which is meant to be exported. So it's kind of interesting that overall there is a support to establish voluntary guidelines, but when we look at biofuels, there's certainly cautious as the first reaction from SDC. Then going more to the work that we can see in our regional or our country programs, something that seems very important, and it's not linked to any particular topic or not even only to large-scale investments, is to try to promote, or through decentralization programs or other kinds of capacity building programs, we actually try to support evidence-based decisions of the actors or the stakeholders that are involved. So without actually getting involved in the topic or the decision making or the judgment of saying if these investments are good or not, it's actually to support stakeholders to have enough evidence and to be able to negotiate their position and possibly contracts and concessions with private actors and so forth. And this is actually something, as I said, that shows that SDC has been doing in other kind of critical topics or hot topics like genetically modified organisms, where we do not take a stance on the actual technology or the use of it, but just make sure that evidence is being established and informed choices can be made. Coming to the ARD network and the maybe work plan, we actually mentioned, I think, something that we have heard in the other presentations, which kind of see the ARD network as a filter between the global and the regional operations. But then this led us to the question of the actual engagement of our regional operations in this topic.